The amount of variants there are for My Name Is Not Chuck is absolutely ludicrous when you realize Mattel has never done any of the other Rust-eze pitties. But yet here we are, sitting here with the fourth version of My Name Is Not Chuck. It's just wild to me. I have wanted forever Mattel to release the other Rust-eze pitties that we see at the beginning of Cars 1. I do have some customs of them that I'll show you later on in the video if you missed my review on them a couple years ago. But today, the video is all about the Thailand variant of My Name Is Not Chuck with cart. Well, he also comes with a stack of tires that they don't acknowledge, but yes, very cool, very exciting. Probably one of the best releases so far this year because, not only is it his first time from Thailand, but he is also one of the most popular and iconic characters from the first movie. Carries a lot of nostalgia, has always been pretty rare and coveted when Mattel has released him, which hasn't been all that much. Let's go back 2008. He got his first single release. Then he was included a couple times when they did the hauler racer Pitty at Target. So that would be Mac, My Name's Not Chuck, and Lightning McQueen. They did that like 3 times. Then 2015, they debuted the version with the tool gun here along with the cart and tires. So that was nice. And then they did an 11-pack just a couple years ago, exclusive to Target, giving us our first Vietnam variation of My Name's Not Chuck. And so here we are out of 2025 singles case Q is My Name Is Not Chuck. I just unboxed that case actually a couple days ago. I'll leave the link for it in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. It's got some really nice stuff. It's hitting stores across the world right now, and while I have found remnants after remnants after remnants of it at Target and Meijer stores around my area, I waited till today to do my review because I was checking one final store and bam, fully restocked case Q, fully restocked in the 2-pack department there as well, as you'll see on the screen. I was through the moon, so I was able to keep the My Name's Not Chuck from that case that's in mint condition in the package. This one's honestly in really good condition too. It's almost a tie, honestly. I could either open this one or the other one. Doesn't matter. They're both really in good shape. So that is going to make me sleep a lot better at night. But guys, it's going to be a really exciting next couple of weeks here on the channel because I have case R and S both on the way at the same time. Like literally both of them are in transit to me right now. So that means cases unboxed. That means cars reviewed, new character in case S. So yeah, guys, I'm really pumped for it. And yeah, then we'll have a case reveal coming up here soon as well. But there is his artwork that they've always used, looking great. And yeah, as I talked about in the case unboxing, they should really just call him My Name Is Not Chuck because they've always released him with the cart except in that big hauler set. So it's not really like, hey, this is, now you're getting the version with the cart. Yeah, they've always done him with the cart dating back to 2008, and they've always included the stack of tires as well, yet they don't mention that. It's just weird because it adds so much to translate here. It makes this look really ugly, let alone having the choking hazard up there. I'm very petty, but when it comes to these things and when they've already demonstrated to us they can't, do miles extra with microphone, they can't do that. Then why go that effort of even putting with cart? I don't know. It just seems like a half measure. It's either like do it all or do nothing. Go big or go home. On the back here, as seen in Cars, accurate. You got Floyd Mulvihill, Chuck Armstrong for the Piston Cup Racers. By the way, if you didn't know, Chuck Armstrong repping the RPM octane gain model. That's an early stock image of him that they've used since 2008, 2009. They've never changed it, which is just so funny, but also kind of a cool Easter egg at this point. I remember back looking at toywiz.com, one of the staple websites for cars back in the day, and they would have the image of this guy, but with the full Mood Springs launcher. I wanted it so bad. It is one of the rare launchers. Still need that. I don't even think I have one of those. Jonathan Wrenchburst, Jonathan Pitts, and Lightning McQueen with the Rust-eze sign, kind of from the Rust-eze tent. Hidden series. They don't do series anymore, but we all know they kind of do because this guy would also kind of fall into that category of Rust-eze. And then you have hydraulic purple Ramon looking crispy there. And I'll be right back with this guy all opened up. Honestly, I don't even know if this is the right decision on the one to open, but who cares? Let's rip into it.
Rising with you.
is all opened up. We're going to have to do a really good job of keeping all the accessories with their proper My Name's Not Chuck, because I don't want to get any of them mixed up for comparison purposes. And right off the bat, you can see some major differences from all those versions and this version from Thailand here. There is My Name's Not Chuck in Cars 1. Obviously gets a couple scenes, some very angry scenes. Really is unfortunate. It would have been cool to see like a reunion of the two in the future. Like McQueen kind of went back to all the people he's wronged, or all the cars he's wronged, all the cars that he's kind of rubbed the wrong way. Obviously, My Name's Not Chuck would be one of those. All the cars that he's been a jerk to. And yeah, made up for him, hired him. I don't know, maybe My Name's Chuck. Chuck would be like, I ain't working for you, but thanks for the apology, I guess. I don't know, it would be cool. I remember I really wanted him to appear in Cars on the Road. I mean, obviously Cars 3 would have been great, but when I thought there'd be more variants than, or not variants, more cameos than there ended up being in Cars on the Road, I thought My Name's Not Chuck would be kind of a cool contender. Like, hey, maybe they're traveling across the country. They run into My Name's Not Chuck. He's working some random place. Maybe he's in the circus now. Like, that would have been cool. Obviously, they did not go that route. Would have been nice, though. Just imagine My Name's Not Chuck as a clown. Like, what if My Name's Not Chuck was Harlem Haynes? Man, that could be a good what if episode on the channel here. Like, what if My Name's Not Chuck is Harlem Haynes? They're not that different in model. But anyways, that's something for you guys to know. And let's start here with just the accessories. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the review, which is obviously the forklift himself. Let's start with the tires here. They look fantastic. These are the best tires we've ever gotten for Lightning McQueen and ever with My Name's Not Chuck. You got clear Lightyear text there and then red wheels. You guys might be thinking, well, Mr. Docketer doesn't sound that exciting. It's like, isn't that how they always were? Like, isn't that how they're supposed to be? Like, how do you mess that up? And yeah, we'll get to it in a second. That is not how they've always supposed to be. Mattel has really struggled to get this right over the last 15 plus years. And yeah, with these, they always include this little hole so you can stab it with the fork there. And yeah, I mean, make it look very realistic as to how he drives it around in the movie. And no, absolutely not. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it just looks goofy to me that they're just stabbing it. Whereas you can, with the tool gun, it makes it exceptionally difficult. But without the tool gun on most pitties, like for example, Mr. Luke Pedalwork here, you could just, easy peasy, set the tire on there and that's how it's supposed to look. It's great, right? They designed the fork and the tire kind of cohesively together, coherently, so you could do that, but they also included the hole, and they still include the hole, so you can puncture and poke if you would like. Let's compare this to the most recent version that we got, the Vietnam version of the tire stack in that 11 pack I was telling you about. And yeah, you could see Lightyear text pretty much the same, but the red wheel looks so much better now. Before it looked like dark and dirty and just a lot of paint that just didn't get sprayed, so they didn't fully get all the little crevices and divots within the spokes there. They did a much better job with that now. So, and I honestly wasn't expecting that out of Thailand. I feel like Vietnam usually does these things pretty well. But yeah, not only is the Lightyear text a lot more clear, or a lot clearer, bolder, the wheel just looks so much better, so much redder, pure red. And yeah, we love that. And then also, the tires are just more black, which they're supposed to be. I mean, they're tires, right? They're not supposed to be these kind of, this weird like gray color. And also, this just looks horrible. See, there's like a little lip on this bottom tire that bleeds up into the top tire. That looks disgusting. Here, it's a clean cleavage between this tire and this tire. You just have the weird hole there, gap, and then tire. You don't have any lip. Just looks bad. I don't know. It's like they needed to weld another part in here to make the hole. I don't know. It's just gross. Don't like it at all. Let's go back a step further, shall we, to the 2015 version that came with pretty good tires, just naked ones. It's like, well, you got the wheel down, right? You got the tire. I mean, it's a little gray. It's not perfectly black, but you forgot the Lightyear text, and they did this for everyone, unfortunately. They did this for pretty much every Pitty after like 2010, because there was a period of time in 2009 Pitties were perfect. They had perfected the process. Like the Vitaline Pitty comes out, you get a great stack of tires, good size, good color. The Lightyear text is there. You get the Nitro Pitty, you get Jerry drive chain for tank coat, easy idle Pitty. They're cooking. Then 2010 comes along. They do those team sets like bumper save, octane gain at Target, where it has the 3 Pitties and the crew chief. They wipe off the Lightyear text completely, and you get these naked tires. And although they're correct size, they have the correct color. Usually, they don't have the Lightyear text, which is severely irksome to me. And yeah, again, just don't know why the color is just so off. It's like, can we get black tires? Like, that's how tires are supposed to be. So anyways, going all the way back to 2008, the tires were these absolute shrimp stacks. Don't know what they were thinking. I mean, it's not even close to being accurate at all. Like, maybe the shape of the wheel is, but it's too small. The tire wall itself is so thin compared to the wheel. It looks weird. It looks like, I'm not sure I would know this was a stack of tires unless I knew it was a stack of tires. It's not easy on the eye. It's tough to look at. You do get a stack of 4, but again, they're just way too small. And you know what? The only thing that has survived all along is the hole for you to puncture your tire stack with. It was cool though to have the treads on this, I guess, but just such a weird thing. And they did this for the other Pitties that they released at the time, being like Luke Pedal work here with the blue stack. And I also think Octane Gain Dudley Spare might have come with one of those as well. And I think maybe even Leakless, or no, Leakless might have escaped without that. I have to do some investigation. It's kind of a fun thing to think about. But yeah, these tire stacks were horrible. Fortunately, Mattel did not take too long to correct that. And obviously that's, been the evolution of the My Name's Not Chuck, Rust-eze, Lightning McQueen tire stack. We finally landed on the most accurate and the best of the bunch. So Thailand's already off to a phenomenal start here. They get a point for the tire stack being pretty much perfect. All right, let's go on to the tool cart here. So the tool cart, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously I've mixed a lot of things and maybe that's a bad idea. But this is how the tool cart has looked with every My Name Is Not Chuck release. The Vietnam version, I'm pretty sure, is this one here. That's a slightly like crisper red. This one looks a little bit older to me. I mean, I think I could probably look back on that 12 Days of Christmas video because you could tell the difference between these two on camera for sure. So you could figure that out. But I obviously don't care about the difference between these. They're the same. The decal's the same shape. They have the same placement and all that. Just kind of different shades of red and all that. They got the silver lining and all that. So this is how you got carts with My Name's Not Chuck, except for the initial release in which you got this one. No logo on the front, but you had 95 on each side. And that is also, I believe, how the cart came when they did Pit Crew Member Guido here. So Pit Crew Member Guido came out in 2008 as well. Very nice release of Guido, but you got this cart, and then you also got the ugly stack of tires that you could see there. So now, again, I think this is the best we've ever gotten here. First off, a very nice shade of red. See, this one's a little like orangish red. This is pretty good. So these match pretty nicely. But the 95 logo is massive now, and I think it looks fantastic. I also think the kind of border on the cart here is a little thicker. It just seems a little sturdier than before. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's painted a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. The silver looks really nice still. But mainly, yeah, that 95 logo just pops. Like, it is bright and it looks fantastic. Like, why not make it bigger? You got so much space to work with, right? So another win for Thailand there. They're off to a phenomenal start. I mean, how could they possibly screw this up? Let us see here. We're going to do a 3-way comparison here. I mean, I know there's 4 versions. You know what? Let's just do a 3-way here because only 3 of the variants actually have the tool gun. Then we'll go all the way back to 2008, 2010 when he didn't have the tool gun. So you have Thailand, Vietnam, China, the 2015 version. Right off the bat, the expression's kind of different on all of them. The eyes, smaller on the Vietnam version, more akin, honestly, to the original Chinese version where the eyes are smaller. But the eyes are quite a bit bigger here on the Thailand and then the 2015 version. So interesting there. I think, yeah, this is the best expression in my opinion. Although, does he have brown or blue eyes? Let's see. He has blue eyes. Okay, so the card art here confirms he has blue eyes. So yeah, I think we can say that the Chinese version probably is the best expression. I also just think the teeth are done the best. The Thailand teeth look a little weird. I don't know. It just looks like a bulge of white. Shouldn't really complain. I don't know. I just feel like the slits in between the teeth are a little bit more visible, which is a good thing on this version here. But I don't love the super light gray fork lift there, the prongs. I like these darker gray ones that they've used on the Vietnam and Thailand versions. Now, the gun there, the tool, I think looks the best on the Thailand version here. It's clean. It's elevated there. This one, like, I don't know, the paint looks a little gross. The black is kind of bleeding onto the red there, and this back part just looks very disconjointed. This Chinese version's not too bad. It's a little bit shinier. This one definitely looks more plasticky. But yeah, no, I'm vibing with this. I like the, more gunmetal gray prongs, the forks. And yeah, the gun looks pretty good. So Thailand is still in the lead here. Let's take a look at the wheels. Red with the silver dots. I think China wins this one. The silver dots are just so much more visible. They kind of bleed into the red here on both the Vietnamese and the Thailand version. And now on to, the main comparison here, and that is the decals that Thailand and Vietnam tend to struggle with compared to China. And yeah, it definitely seems like it's an improvement over Vietnam. You can see that's a little fuzzier compared to that. But both are way fuzzier compared to that. And the yellow is just so bright on that Rust-eze script logo there. But hey, you can see a chip right here on my 2015 version. Maybe the paint they use now is less prone to chipping. So maybe that's a win overall. We just can't really have the full omnipresent opinion or perspective because we think we can have it all. I don't know. I've kind of come around like, hey, maybe the decal quality isn't as crisp, isn't as clear. But the paint will last longer. It won't chip as much. Maybe it's better quality overall. I don't know. A lot of study and research would need to be done to figure that out. But moving off that, I think the decals look pretty good. They look a lot better. Like, look at the black outline around the bolt on the Vietnamese version. That is disgusting compared to that. Now, he does have a plastic hat here. Like, this is a separate plastic piece. Whereas before, this was all one piece on the Chinese version and on the Vietnam version as well. So now it's a little bit more segmented with the plastic hat there. We knew that was coming though, because that's how they did Luke Peddlework, who's the exact same model as My Name's Not Chuck. All right, the window here. Oh man, it looks like a old 60s TV that's on static. Not great. I like the just more pure gray on these other two. So that's not a big win for them. Also, yeah, you can see it's weird how they segment this guy now. This little bar up here is a plastic piece. Was a plastic piece on the Vietnam version. And I think it might have been no, that's a part of the metal body. China is the most metal you get out of all these. And let's take a look at the roof decals. Yeah, pretty good. Hard to screw it up. I think China definitely has the best decals, though. Man, it's tough. It's going to be tough, guys. It's like the accessories for Thailand, though, are way better. They're infinitely better, I think, than the accessories with these other versions. But China probably still overall is the best just because of the clarity of the decals. But, for reasons I was talking about, maybe that's not such a big deal. Maybe the longevity of the paint is. Taking a look at the date stamps here. You know what? Did I lie? Oh, wait, no, yeah. This is the 2015 version. Okay, the 114th day of 2015 at the EAA factory. We know that this one, Vietnamese version. Where's the date stamp on this guy? This guy, CJM, that's his product code. This guy might not have gotten a date stamp. Oh. I don't know what that number on the top, M6099. Interesting. It's like he's got two product codes. Whatever. And then here we have T44A. Man, there's so much going on the base here, but that means he was made during the 44th week of 2024 at whatever the A factory is. Now that we've seen those, let's bring in that oldest version of My Name's Not Chuck here. You can see he's a little dusty. He's got a chip. Yeah, this is my couple chips. This is my original version from 2008. You can see on the 4th day of 2008, this guy was made. That's pretty cool. I did end up with another one somehow that's in better condition. I have no idea where this guy came from. Maybe this was released with one of the Macs or something. But man, the 333rd day of 2007? I guess. There's no 2017 version of My Name's Not Chuck unless I'm completely blanking. Yeah, no, this is an older version too, but it's in way better condition than this one is here. But was technically made before it, so I don't really know. I really don't. This guy had to have come with a Mac. I really don't know. Guys, let me know your thoughts, but I do remember like not getting Mac for a while. Like I had my playset version, like the plastic version of Mac. I didn't get a diecast version of Mac for a long time after he'd already been out. But yeah, no, good stuff overall. I do like the larger eyes. I mean, the smaller eyes weren't horrible, but you know what the hell? We want bigger and better here on the Mr. Docket channel. But yeah, these guys, all of them, I think are really nice. It's one of my favorites from Cars 1. Obviously, we know the scene and everything. It's a little contentious, but it's funny. And like I said, I really would love for Mattel to release those other Rust-eze pitties that appear in the scene. Here are my customs of them, the wide and the tall pitties. They suffer from an extreme case of sunburn though. But other than that, yeah, this expression is great. They look nice. Just don't fully scratch the itch though for obvious reasons. But hey, maybe in the future. Probably not though. Maybe I feel like anything from Cars 1 is on the table for the 20th anniversary next year. Like anything, like Trev, Sid Vanderkamper, Clayton Gentlebreeze, like literally anything could be on the table. Maybe I'm getting myself too hyped up, but I just feel like there's potential for a lot of good stuff to come about. But that is all I have for you guys for this review of the Thailand variant of My Name Is Not Chuck compared to all the other versions, the insane amount of versions of him. Let me know your thoughts down below. You know, we don't even want to get into all the versions of the Rust-eze cart here that they've done. You know, hey, there's a version with 95 on each side. Well, here's a version with the Rust-eze logo and the 95 on one of the sides. Oh, and you want black tires, no silver? Then there's this version. These both have been from advent calendars, by the way, and this is the version with Luigi and Guido in that, like, Fireball Beach pack or whatever. Whatever. Yes. And there are a bunch of other pitties his model, by the way, like Luke Pellwork, and then they've done the Leakless, they've done Dudley Spare, Hugo Fast for Nitro. The only like weird one that they haven't done like this is like a Chick Hicks pitty. They never did a short Chick Hicks pitty, which is another one that I would love to see them do. So guys, let me know which version of My Name's Not Chuck is your favorite. Will you be picking him up? Do you already have him? Love to know what you guys are thinking. Thanks as always for your support, especially on a long video, but a lot to talk about here, as you could obviously see. We'll see you next time for another video. Don't know what it'll be, probably a custom review, but I want to do Mario Andretti from this case before we fully put it to bed. Maybe even Dexter Hoover, honestly. Do some of those Cars 1 characters. Then we'll transition to Case R. We'll review Kyandy. Maybe even Christina Wheel and JW. See how we're feeling. Review. Who else is in that case? God, I'm blanking on who else is in that case. And then we'll obviously go and get really after it with Case S. Jonathan Gearson, Acer, Lightning Remote, all of the above. Bye now.